York Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis. Congresswoman, first off, happy Thanksgiving to you. Thank you for joining us for a few moments before you feast with your family. Appreciate that. So let's dive into the border. So a Truth Social post, President-elect Trump said that he spoke with Mexico's president yesterday and that it was a very productive conversation. That's the good news. Mexico's president responded publicly, saying in part, in our conversation with President Trump, I explained to him the comprehensive strategy that Mexico has followed to address the migration phenomenon, respecting human rights. Thanks to this, migrants in caravans are assisted before they reach the border. We reiterate that Mexico's position is not to close borders, but to build bridges between governments and between people. So that was her response. Congresswoman, I understand the stance that Mexico's new president has to take. And while we may not see these huge caravans reaching the southern border in large groups, they are finding ways to cross, specifically with cartel members and with their help. So while Donald Trump feels good about the conversation, do you think we will see real change at the border, especially with the threats of these tariffs?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that President Trump is sending a clear message to everyone around the world that he is going to do what it takes to protect America's national security and to protect the American people who are dying from fentanyl. And it's a clear message that has not been sent for 4 years, sadly, under the Biden-Harris administration. And I think you're seeing these countries' leaders react. You're seeing that they're willing to cooperate, because they don't want to have, whether it's the tariffs or whether it's aid that will be cut off, they are afraid. And so this is good news for the American people. It's what they voted for. And we need to use whatever tool we have in the toolbox to stop these countries from aiding these drug cartels, human trafficking, sex trafficking, drug trafficking. We have to protect our borders, and that is exactly what President Trump is going to do.
I want to get to this, too, because we all know that New York has experienced a major illegal migrant crisis since the Biden-Harris administration took office. New York is a sanctuary city. We know also that Mayor Adams is willing to cooperate with the new Trump administration. But what will the border czar, Tom Homan, do here for New York? Do you believe that some of the things that we're seeing around Times Square will get cleaned up?
Yeah, look, we're very hopeful for the future. And, you know, unfortunately, we've not been able to change this mayor or this governor who has incentivized illegal immigration and have allowed this crisis in New York City that has gotten completely out of control. Think about this. Our local government literally is forcing taxpayers to house people who are committing crimes and wreaking havoc in our city. But thankfully, President Trump and his administration is focused on ridding our city and our nation of people here illegally committing crimes. And they will be very busy, unfortunately. It's not a day that goes by where we're not reading about another gang member or another criminal who has committed a heinous crime in the streets of New York City, from rapes to stabbings to murders to robberies. And so we are urging the New York City Council and our mayor to allow the federal law enforcement to do their jobs and deport these criminals from our streets.
Do you expect some city leaders here will step in the way of this? Like we heard from Denver Mayor Mike Johnson. He says that he's willing to go to jail for this and stand in the way.
Look, I think it's ludicrous for any mayor of any city or any governor to stand in the way of deporting criminals from our streets. These are people that have committed horrible crimes. We've seen women and young girl raped in New York City. We've seen cops shot at. We've seen people being stabbed and murdered. Who benefits from that? Nobody. So for this Democrat administration here in the city to stand in the way, not to mention the sanctuary law, by the way, does not protect violent criminals. So they've actually gone so far to even protect those individuals not covered by New York City's sanctuary law. The law is very clear. So they need to cooperate. They need to turn over these individuals, and they need to protect New Yorkers and put us first. Stop charging the people New York City taxes to then house people in our city who are violent gang members committing crimes.
You're absolutely right. Congresswoman, thank you so much for taking a few moments to join us this morning. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.